Hello and welcome to the channel. I'm Krakenfall, and today we're reacting to another Let's Game It Out video. We're continuing the Satisfactory playlist. We're going to react to I Crippled the Game more than ever before with a new Nightmare construction. Things have been pretty crazy lately on the channel. I had to take a break for work, but I'm back now. I'm getting back into the swing of things. I have been playing Satisfactory, not as much as I'd like, but I am making progress. I am finally starting to switch out some of Tentacle Town's craziness. I'm conflicted on keeping it because it's kind of a testament to, I don't know, my play style. I kind of want to make a museum around it, like just like a glass dome. Things are progressing in my Satisfactory world. I'm enjoying Satisfactory so much. I'm really appreciating Let's Game It Out's content. After I've learned more about Satisfactory, progressed in Satisfactory to a certain point, I can come back to Let's Game It Out's video and just see, okay, so that's how I did it. How did Josh do it? Today with this video, well, first of all, we got a top on the cone. We got on the tornado, we have a top. So Josh has obviously been able to go back to the tornado. I'm assuming, you know, in the lore of Satisfactory Josh interactions, I think the Satisfactory devs fixed the performance issues that Josh originally caused. And then Josh is back to his old shenanigans, I'm guessing, to see how far he can push it again. I'm wondering how far he'll have to take it in order to cause performance issues again. This isn't that much. Like the cone, is that like a 2x increase in the cone? Is he like, did he literally just duplicate the same number of layers on top as he did below? Because that would be pretty hilarious if that's all he had to do to break performance again. I wonder if there's anything else that we're not seeing off screen, but we'll see. I don't actually recognize any of those machines inside the cone. I mean, I can't really tell with this thumbnail, so maybe it's just time to watch the video. Let's do it. One sec before we start. If you have not seen this video, please go watch it for the first time on Josh's channel, on Let's Game It Out's channel. I'm gonna put the link in the description and right here. This is not the first place to watch the video. I'm not your boss, so I'm not gonna tell you what to do, but please definitely give Let's Game It Out the views that he deserves. With that, let's get started.
Hey there, this is Josh. Welcome back to Let's Game It Out. Oh boy, it's time for more Satisfactory. Here's a quick recap. Satisfactory is a beautiful game where you get to build efficient factories, or in my case, the total opposite of that. First, I built this conveyor belt system, and then I built it again, bigger and in the air. Then we built a tornado version of this, where if you look directly at it, it destroys your frame rate. And then after that, we set a new record in efficiency and built the conveyor weave. For the record, all of these machines work. Like the weave here is supposed to deliver coal, and it totally does that, but I've timed it, and it takes about 3 hours to do what could be done.
By the way, I made a pretty embarrassing math error on the last video. I actually tried to calculate how many meters of belt Josh had laid down in this weave because he gives us the time it takes for items to get across the weave. Like one item goes in, how long does it take for it to come out? Apparently in Editor Kraken's brain, 6 times 8 equals 40, which is not the case. So the total length of this weave was somewhere around 12 plus kilometers instead of 10 kilometers like I said. But that's still pretty crazy. Like, no.
In about 30 seconds. Oh, and I did get a couple people asking in the comments how long it took to build the weave. The answer there is about 5 hours. So I guess I should have said
5
that
hours
other
actually
people
is
are
pretty
out there making awesome, efficient factories, and we're just making abomination after abomination over here. And also I had a couple people that were very disappointed that I had all 6 of my coal factories in like a line like this, all orderly. They want me to do it a little more chaotic, so we're gonna fix that right now. Here he goes. Is this
Guys,
what you wanted?
what?
Is this a better configuration for the coal
Oh my
generators?
gosh.
I call it the coal generator tree. All right, so with that out of the way, let's go ahead and handle some of the other duties here. We have tiers 5 and tier 6.
It
Each
looked
one of these has a milestone
like larvae on like some kind of
the good
insect
news
colony.
is that because it took this weave so freaking long to make, I actually have all the materials already. So here you go, oil processing. Take all these supplies and launch. For reasons unknown to me, because I probably just didn't pay attention, every time you achieve a milestone, it launches stuff into space. I like to believe we're just paying homage to the sky gods. And industrial manufacturing needs a quick...
I wonder, so... Sorry, this is total tangent, but I wonder if they're going to explain why the drop pod actually launches items. So I bet that Fix-It company wants to measure and audit your actual manufacturing quality of your materials. So they're going to go do it materials processing. So they're going to sample your materials. So every time you release it, they're doing quality assurance to like determine if your planet's something that's worth like continuing. I cannot wait for story in this game. I know that they're saving all the story for release 1.0. I'm trying not to hype myself up too much, but it's gonna be good. I think it's gonna be good. As long as it's better than Subnautica, which was really pretty mellow of a story, I'm looking forward to it. I'll just leave it at that. I don't want to get too excited.
Bunch of resources, and then we just go ahead and slam that launch button. Tier 6, I'm gonna have to figure out how to make a couple of these things. I've never made a heavy modular frame before, or a computer actually. Shouldn't be too hard. Building a computer requires us to build some stuff we've never built before, including circuit boards and plastic. Plastic looks like it's gonna require oil, but that's cool because now we have access to the oil pump and oil refinery. These require those heavy modular frame things, which here they are. God, I'm just over here crafting stuff for these modular frames, and I just kind of look over and I see this and I'm like, oh, what's happening over here? Oh, it's just my power plants, no big deal. Let's go see if we can find some oil, which we can scan for now. Ta-da! All we need to do is wait for the thing to return with, oh god, is there no oil anywhere? Where's that dinosaur blood? I need it. Ah, there we go. It's only a mere 2,000 meters away. If I convert that from the metric system,
Never
I'm
thought
pretty
of oil
sure
as
that means
dinosaur
it's
blood.
only about 300 miles away. So this should pass by real— wait, what is this? Wow, this journey's already amazing. Doesn't it look kind of like that S that we all drew in middle school?
Yes!
Pick up, summer,
Yes,
sloop,
that's
work
what
in
I
progress.
said. That's what I said. I forget what that. Somebody told me the actual like name of the brand that started that, but like apparently it was like some brand in the 90s, but or 80s or before that. People are saying that they drew them in the 80s at least. Anyway, I freaking so nostalgic. I don't know why. It's just an S.
That's what I like to see. Of course I'm gonna collect it. Strange alien thing with a mind bending and somehow familiar shape. Analyzing.
My screams have summoned Hobbs. He's like, why have you picked me up? Let me down. Oh, he's chilling out on top of my pile of cords. Come on, man. No, you cannot see the pile of cords.
This will not give you anything. Well, then I'm gonna hold on to it and give it to somebody for Valentine's Day. We're going into some weird exotic places now on the way to find— oh, this looks dangerous. I don't know if I was really prepared for all this, but we're gonna do it anyway. Isn't there something I can like eat around here? What's this? Oh, cool. It's like a bacon
This might be
mushroom.
light spoilers for me. I haven't seen this
Don't
yet.
Don't mind me, nature. I'm just coming through on my way to extract oil. You don't mind if I build an elaborate conveyor belt system in here later, do you? Wow, this is quite the treacherous journey to get oil. Why does all of nature want to kill me? Good God, this is the direction to the oil.
I don't know, Josh. Why would all of nature want to kill you? There's no reason that we can think of that might explain the hostility of some creatures on this planet.
How is this the same planet I was just on? Well, I did it. We're here. I found the oil site. I'm just gonna walk around in it for a while to show my victory against nature. Okay, well, this oil isn't just for looking at. Let's build something. Just go ahead and put this, and we have ourselves an oil pump. I feel like I'm ruining the environment already. Oh, crap. Power. These are things I didn't think about. Wait a minute. Does this stuff all just come out on a conveyor belt? Well, I'm not against
oil
running a
came out on a conveyor
all
belt?
the way back home. I think we know what we need to do, and that's start building
in
the
update
conveyor
4
belt.
or whatever
Not
this
even
was?
intelligently. We're just gonna take this as far as we can go. Good news, everybody. We can build conveyor belts right into the water. Oh, fiddlesticks, we've run.
I had somebody, I think it was Ambling Soul, in my Discord say that you can build hypertubes underwater. I need to do that. Sorry, it just reminded me. Underwater Futurama tubes. It's happening.
Run out of material. Okay, I ran all 9 million miles home. Let's suit back up, run some power lines, get that oil extracted, and then let's never go back there ever again. Oh yeah, that's the good stuff right there. You build your power lines in the water. We want to make sure as much wildlife as possible gets close to touching these things. All right, step 1's complete. We managed to run a power line
reminds me of the Final
all the
Fantasy
way through
VII,
to— oh, it's already going.
Juno
Yep, look, here they go, right
section.
underwater. I guess that
Where you
makes
can get
sense.
shocked in the water.
NBD. And wouldn't you know, we're almost back home. I can tell because I can see the tornado and my frame rate's dying.
Yeah, I don't
the
think it was
perfect
Juno,
place
but
to have this oil go
I can't
to.
remember
I
the
think
name.
it probably behooves us to have the oil closer and closer to home base. Easy. Don't look directly at it. All right, I found a good place for my oil refinery.
Maybe they didn't fix the
Ta-da!
performance.
No, not the tornado, silly. In the tornado. That's right, delicately wrapped in 8 million zillion jillion tons of conveyor belts is our oil refinery. So first we, God, the frame rates. All right, so it couldn't be simpler.
You kidding
Oil
me? Why did I think... Okay. Well, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait to find out. Why did I think that Josh waited till they fixed their performance to go work on that stuff? It's like, oh, it's just slowing him down, and he just has to put the normal effort that he normally puts in. Maybe that's not the case. Maybe they did fix the performance, but I would not put it past Josh to put himself through that misery.
goes in there. No. How far am I falling? Okay. Still alive. Such a nightmare trying to work in here. Okay, let's configure the oil refinery. What's going on with... Oh, God. I didn't realize that you have to tell it to do 3 specific types of things.
Josh.
Okay, it's settled. We're building 3 oil refineries in here because I never want to come in here again. You know, I'm glad we managed to get all 3 factories in there, but it looks a little, unkempt. But don't worry, I think I know how to fix this. Okay, so I think I've fixed the problem. Just trying to get a good vantage point so I can show it off all proper-like. I present to you the conveyor belt cocoon. There are 3 oil refineries in there just waiting to do some processing. Hey, can you imagine the game running worse than it did before? Because guess what? It does. Like, a lot worse. When I first fired this game up, it was like a beautiful 60 frames a second. And now it's like I'm in a constant state of having an aneurysm. So that's not all. I actually haven't flipped the switch yet. Pretty busy inside this cocoon. We have lots of materials going in and out here. But we have one last thing we need to bridge if I can get up to it. Because if the frame rate wasn't tanking hard enough, what I'm about to do will probably just make it worse. Right now I'm scaling the first half of the cocoon. See that little opening right there? That's what I'm gonna bridge. Here's a nice view of the inside here, running at a very spectacular less than 1 frame per second. So we're just gonna close this gap right here. Here we go. Now the oil is going freely. It's gonna go all the way around. Did the barrels make it? Because I can't see them, but that doesn't mean they aren't there. Once the materials finally all come out of here, which is rubber, I think gasoline, and plastic, the non-biodegradable kind, I send all the conveyor belts right into the space elevator just to show it who's boss. While the cocoon does its thing, I need to get as far away from it as possible. We need to unlock all 3 of these, and since the recipes are all the same,
he's done it again. I was like, no, there's no way he went and worked in that. He's been avoiding it for multiple videos, but no, he just put himself through that. He's like, well, I made this giant swamp in my backyard. Might as well go play in it. The frick, man. As a person who despises wasting time, like not that harshly, I just don't like wasting time. It's like part of my personality that makes me suited to my job, which is automating things and saving time. It's just like fingernails on chalkboard, and I'm sorry if I just put in a terrible feeling into your brain with that description, but like that's like how it feels to me. I empathize with you, Josh, and maybe that's my first mistake. Like, you're just wasting so much time waiting for your computer in the game to speed up. Oh my gosh, dude. Why? I just need a second. All right.
What we really need to do is focus on making these fun things here. One thing we do need to make a machine for is encased industrial beams. Should be pretty easy to design a machine that makes those for us. Computers are going to be the more complicated one. We're also going to have to make circuit boards. And circuit boards require plastic and wire. All of this not really all that hard. We just need to make the machines to do it. And I think I might know just the place to settle this stuff up. It's nice and far away from the cocoon, but blissfully close to the weave. I guess so long as my frame rate isn't safe anywhere, we're in good shape. God, the barrels of crude oil and all that coal coming in really brings out the natural beauty of the landscape. I never thought I'd be happy to see the weave. I'm just like, oh man, look at all these frames I've got now. Yeah. Actually, no, it's still really bad here. Right, so let me show you a little bit of what I did here. I've got my coal being mined here.
300% frame increase.
Here, goes into 1 coal generator here. This coal gets a nice, beautiful, scenic view of the weave. The coal eventually goes into this foundry. This guy over here is mining iron ore, which is also being fed into the foundry, where it's making steel ingots. Steel ingots pop out and head over into this machine, where it's making steel beams. Some of the steel ingots also go a different direction and head over to this constructor that's making steel pipe. I also set up a guy here that's mining limestone, which turns into concrete, which gets fed into this assembler along with the pipes to make an alternate recipe I have to make encased steel beams, at which point my beautiful encased steel beams pop out of this machine and collects them in this storage unit that I'm standing on top of. To make our heavy modular frames, we're going to shove everything into this device called the manufacturer, a big, beautiful, hulking beast.
Oh, that's a lot different than it looks
way
like
out of the way for no reason. First one to connect is going to be the modular frames. Next we have our steel pipe and our industrial beams here. And last but not least, screws. Now that I've got everything plugged into the manufacturer here, let's configure it to make the heavy mod.
That makes me like, it looks like a supply crate of some kind of futuristic alien space supply crate. Makes me think of like, you know how Dune had in the movie and book Dune, they had the miners and they had mosquito flyers come in and pick up the miners. It makes me think of some kind of spaceship that would bring in the manufacturer and then like drop it off, bring it in and pick it up again. That would be kind of cool if you could have spaceships still move things and have arrays of industrial containers. Now I'm just brainstorming different ways to add a bunch of things that don't need to be in Satisfactory. Maybe there's mods for that kind of thing. I do kind of want to start a space program in Satisfactory. Story for another time.
Modular frames. While this madness is going on, let's go ahead and set up our thing to make the computers. If this is where that factory is right there, we're gonna build it way the hell out here on this mysterious little mesa here, which is clearly poisonous. This is probably their defense mechanism, so we don't bother them, which means we're gonna bother them as much as we possibly can with a giant hulking machine. I don't care if you hurt me, this thing is gonna be built right here. All right, flee before we die. I don't care that I died. The factory will live on. It's actually probably better this way so we can build some stuff from over here. And just a reminder, the way we have to build these computers is to combine these four things down below. So that's circuit boards, cable, plastic, and screws. All the building blocks to make a sick rig. Before we can just feed all of that into this machine over here, we're gonna have to build some other factories so that we can. After all, those circuit boards aren't just gonna make themselves. Circuit boards are just wire and plastic. Something kinda easy. Imagine my joy. Oh, it's more of you guys. Well, I know where I'm gonna build my next factory. We just need to grab some plastic from the land of the slideshow over here. Then we'll send that plastic right over here into the poison. You know, the first screwed up factory I made was wire. So we're gonna go back to the source and pull some wire from over there. And also, seeing how nothing is moving, I'm pretty sure everything's jammed up, which means there's probably some wire to spare. Wait, can I put the assembler up here? I mean, I don't see why not, right? There we go, perfect. Can I put the power pole like right on top of the alien life form? And the answer is yes. We now have our 3 conveyor belts showing plastic, cabling, and what I assume are some sweet video cards. We just need to run these things all the way over to where that one thing was. Since you're giving me so much sass nature, how about a little conveyor belt spaghetti for you to look at? You know, I'm thinking about changing my signature to this. Just nothing but loops until I'm politely asked to stop signing my name. Oh look, there it comes now. My first computer, covered in toxic gas. Now we just need 150 of these things so we can unlock the rest of those tiers. That won't take a million years. So while that thing is making the rest of the computers, let's go back to home base and unlock some. Oh god, I looked at it. You know, it is really pretty, although the fact that the top is kind of a red color from all the barrels going through it makes it look kind of like a warhead. I think obviously we're gonna have to start with the jetpack. 3, 2, 1, launch. All right, I assume I have to build this jetpack. Yep, there it is. Well, this is surprisingly easy to build. The only component I don't have on myself right now is rubber. Something tells me too we're gonna be using this fuel, so we'll pick up some of that too. Just gotta smack this thing 30 whole times. Get it on my person ASAP.
I love the
just hold down the
jetpack.
button. Oh yeah, oh yeah.
I don't have footage for it, but I got a jetpack through a random occurrence. I saw a speed pig that had a jetpack on him. He was trying to attack me. And he was flopping around. I was like, what is going on? But yeah, I got a jetpack really early because of that. And I'm very thankful because I love the jetpack.
That's cool. I just hold down the button and how does it recharge? How does it? Oh boy. Well, I'm sure we all saw that coming. Oh, this is all too much. All right, that's going to be all for now. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you had fun. I know I did. And I'll see you next time.
All right. That was nice. Short and sweet. I gotta say, Let's Game It Out. Your content is excellent. It is masterful, entertaining, and thank you. I cannot believe that he built all that stuff despite his terrible frame rate. Maybe it's not as bad as it looks. Maybe it's like 10 FPS instead of 3 FPS. But if you're literally getting 3 frames a second, so like like that's gotta be insufferable. How do you not go crazy? How is that not mind-numbingly painful? I don't know. Once again, I am proven that I don't know when to stop asking why Let's Game It Out. I should be asking how Let's Game It Out. Yeah, that was fun. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please click like and subscribe and click the bell as well. It really helps the channel get seen and get picked up by the algorithm. And if you enjoyed it, then others might too. So thank you for watching. Have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.